this morning before I head to the oil and gas show with a couple of the senior staff here at the city to promote Swift Current to some of the those in the oil and gas industry with some of the development going around here. But mostly what I'm here about today, obviously, is to announce that I will be seeking re-election again in the fall. I know there's been lots of speculation in the community. It's a question that I've often been asked, and it's something that put a lot of time into thinking about moving forward, and I'm very happy and excited to make the announcement here today. I feel very fortunate over the past 9 years, I guess, to have served on City Council in the role of councillor and in the role of mayor. At a time not only when our community has grown, but when we've experienced tremendous provincial growth, and I think that's been a huge catalyst for the growth in Swift Current. And, you know, obviously our population has grown for the first time in a half century, and I think the biggest concern with that is that we weren't growing as much as we wanted it to. But our construction numbers were fantastic. Over the last 9 years, our construction has totaled more than it was in the previous 25 years prior to that. So it's a great time in our community, and I think there's lots of opportunities that are presented during a time of growth, and sometimes it also provides some challenges, and we look forward to continuing to meet those head-on as well in our community. I think as we look to the future, some of the main priorities that we need to focus on, and I think you can derive a lot of these from the strategic plan that we put forward last year in the document that I think we should all be very proud of in our community. But sort of 4 key points that I think are important to look forward to. And by no means is this a platform. The announcement today is mostly just to let folks know that I do intend to run again in the fall. But infrastructure is a big one, and obviously where we're at with that, if you look at the state of some of our roads in our community and things like that, we got to continue to work very hard to keep up with aging infrastructure, which is a common concern in all municipalities. I think as a community we've made some great investments and significant investments. We've got a relatively brand new hospital, a water treatment plant, a wastewater treatment plant in dealing with the environmental issues. And I can remember before I was elected, some of the big news stories common were effluent discharges into the creeks, and we haven't had one of those in 9 years. So continuing to focus on that to make sure that we take care of today, but also continue to look to the future and make sure that we've got infrastructure in place to continue to deal with growth and a growing population in a growing province and community. So, excuse me, other big focuses are increased services every day. Our residents are demanding and asking for better services, whether they be through transportation and public transport, street cleaning, snow removal, extended hours at our ice hockey rinks is another action that we've embarked on with some user groups so far. So we want to make sure that, you know what, nobody likes paying taxes, but it can be a little bit easier when they feel like they're getting some value and good service and increased services for what they're paying. And we want to make sure that that's an increased feeling going forward, that we offer tremendous services for our residents. I think another huge one, obviously, that comes to mind is the safety and security of our residents. And I think that can be a very broad statement, but it encompasses lots of very important aspects, including you know, public transportation is one, and the safe travel around our community, whether it be over highways, train tracks, over creeks and things like that. Our transportation master plan is still underway, and looking forward to dealing with public transit and safe transit around our community moving forward. I think it also includes safe and secure citizens, things like the liaison officer at the school, as well as a new long-term care facility for our seniors, and personal care home is coming, and where we continue to go. So we want Swift Current obviously to be a place that has many amenities for families, but also a place that's safe and secure for our seniors as well. I think finally, where I'll close off and open it up for any questions, is I think moving forward we really have to continue down our path for regional growth and working together with our counterparts, not just within the city but outside of the city. I think that's going to be an area of huge potential growth going forward, and I know speaking with some counterparts from my time on the FCM board, is when they started to approach things regionally, that's when economic growth really seemed to take off in those regions. And you know, I think we're going to see that with the water agreement that's in place now between the city and the RM. Look forward to the conclusion of annexation, and we'll all wake up the day after that's completed and realize that in the end life didn't change that much, and we move forward in planning on that finalization. And and from there start to realize that working together and more regionally, it's going to be good for all residents. So with that, I'm very excited for the city of Swift Current. I'm very excited at where we've come over the last number of years. I'm very excited for our prospects. We've got lots of exciting developments coming in our community. We've got an exciting centennial celebration. Great news at the Lyric recently. Our downtown is moving, so look forward to hoping to continue to be a part of the growth of our community moving forward.